Had this fair the other day, and boy, did I have him figured out. First of all, I could tell he had a buck in his pocket. I mean, he reeked of money. Now, hold on. That don't mean anything pejorative. Nah, it's a compliment. As soon as he got in the cab, I guessed he owns his own company. Told him I thought so. Asked him, am I right? He was smiling because he knew I was right. I size people up pretty good. You're darn right. Sorry, I know you're not supposed to brag, but I call a spade a spade. Oh, that's a gambling term. Not sure if you know that. I can see you're not the kind of people who know from gambling, right? Nah, you people work hard for your money. Why throw it away on the horses or cards? Am I right? Never mind. You don't have to say. I told you, I size people up pretty good. Now, my fare wasn't much of a talker. That was okay with me. I told him, go ahead, read your paper. I'll tell you when we get there. Say, it don't have nothing to do with people, black people. You know, the spade a spade remark. More than one way to use some words, you know? It's the beauty of the language, right? And I'm a talker, you probably guessed. So, hey, can we relax? Don't think my fare liked me letting off a little steam. I told him, go back to your paper. It's okay if you don't want to converse. I can converse for the both of us. I could tell what he thought about me. Let's skip the obvious. I'm a cab driver. If he cared, he could have found out that I have a talent. Actually, a few talents. You could say I'm multi-talented. Okay? I'll make it easy for you. I happen to be a 300 bowler. 300 is a perfect game, right? All strikes. Okay, sometimes I have a spare frame. Gotta be honest, not bad for a guy my age. I'm 62 years old. What do you think of that? You surprised? You're darn right. Well, that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you about that. Oh, what about when I was a kid? Oh, and could I whack a baseball out of the park? They wanted me to go into the majors. You think I'm kidding? Look, I had a wife and 3 kids. I couldn't take off for any spring training, join some cockamamie farm club. When you got responsibilities, dreams go down the toilet.
Oh dear.
Hey, I'm not complaining. That's life, right? I see some of you know what I'm saying. Anywho, I asked my fare, are you married? Any kids? I knew he must have had a nice family, a nice house, Oak Park, Glencoe, sure. A guy like him has to own his own home free and clear, right? He didn't say. Guess I was getting too personal. I told him, never mind, you're a smart man, you deserve it. Obviously, I don't deserve it or I'd have it. He was quiet. We drove by a place with a neon sign, Ashkenaz, best deli in town. I would have stopped if he was hungry. No, he had to get to his train, get home to the wife. Too bad, because Ashkenaz, they make you a sandwich that's a sandwich. They got pastrami, corned beef, brisket, whatever you want. They pile up the pastrami so high, my wife Evie and I asked them for extra bread. Evie wraps it in a napkin, we wrap the pastrami in another napkin, and we got lunch the next day. You probably don't do that. Nah, you probably throw away your leftovers. Of course you do. Too bad you never saw when I was a kid. Oh yeah, solid as a rock. A full head of hair. The girls couldn't keep their hands off me. I married the prettiest one of all, by far. You want to see? Am I right?
Yep.
Except Evie's not so good these days. Emphysema. Hey, I don't want to be a downer. It ain't your problem. When Evie was young, did she have a pair of legs on her? I used to have to fight off the guys around her. Oh, I could tell you stories. But I don't want to bore you. But there was this one guy, Gus Placken. built like a tank, must have weighed 300 pounds. One time, Gus puts his arm around Evie. This is before we're married, you understand. Evie tries to push Gus's arm off her, but Gus keeps moving in. Well, I get up. We're in this restaurant on the west side, Tofano's, kind of a local hangout owned by the Italians. Back then, what wasn't? So I go over to where Evie's sitting with her girlfriends, and I stop and I glare at Gus. Everyone holds their breath. It don't stop me. I say real quiet, get your paws off her now. Gus looks up and is about to laugh, but I pull him up by his shirt and throw him across the room. Then I go over to where I threw him, pull him up, stand toe to toe. I tell him, if you ever put your paws on her again, I'll find you and grind you into the ground. He must have heard about my being in the Golden Gloves. He just crawled out of there. I bet none of you ever got in a scrap. You probably talk your way out of a jam. Well, in my time, you fight like a man. If you want to know the truth, I'm a teddy bear. You see, I knew I had 3 of my friends there, all stocky guys, who would have backed me up if I needed. Hey, Philly Sagan ain't no fool. That's my name, Philly Sagan. It used to be Sagansky, but my dad changed it because he didn't want his customers didn't know he was Jewish. Not that he was ashamed, but the Gentiles, they like to buy from their own. Am I wrong or right? You're a Gentile, right? I don't mean anything pejorative. I swear to you, some of my dearest friends are Gentiles. There's good and bad in every religion, right? Of course, the Gentiles like to blame us for killing Christ. Jesus, get over it. Hey, don't mind me. I guess I should keep my opinions to myself. Back to my fare. The guy mostly hid behind his newspaper. Must have been a darn good paper. Yeah, he's one of those intellectuals. But I got more brains and street smarts in my little pinky than a lot of college guys have in their whole body. The guy was born lucky. Trust me, you could see it. Soft hands, soft skin, manicured nails. Looked nice when he was holding the paper. Not me, not Evie. I know it's not his fault. It's not your fault. But it's not mine either. Hey, let's get real. I see what's what. Oh yeah, you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to put one over on Phil Zagansky. Oh, say. I hope I didn't scare you. Don't want you to think I'm losing it. No, I'm just loud. I'm a cabbie. Gotta make conversation. You know something? Maybe I'll save up my tips and get me a manicure. Sure, I can do a little spiffing up, and maybe I'll buy the Trib instead of the Sun-Times. Find out what's so interesting to all the fancy people. See? That guy inspired me. Well, we got there, Union Station. He pulls out cash for the fare, told him, nice chatting with you. Guess what he does? He runs off before I could get him his change. Wait a second, that my tip? $1.50 from a guy who's got a ton of money. Didn't even leave me the goddamn paper. See? Told you I had him pegged. Am I wrong or right?